So, Chapter 20 is laws governing labor management relations. So, it starts us off with the Wagner Act, which guarantees the rights of workers to organize and bargain collectively and forbids employers from engaging in specified unfair labor practices. And this is also called the National Labor Relations Act. So, collective bargaining is negotiations between an employer and a union, primarily over wages, hours, and terms and conditions of employment. The Taft-Hartley Act bars unions from engaging in specified unfair labor practices, makes collective bargaining agreements enforceable in U.S. district courts, and provides a civil damages remedy for parties injured by certain prohibited union activities. The Landrum-Griffin Act governs the internal operation of labor unions. The National Labor Relations Board is the administrative agency set up to interpret and enforce the Wagner Act. The 24-hour rule prohibits both union representatives and employers from making speeches to captive audiences of employees within 24 hours of a representative election. So, the Labor Management Committee is a forum in which workers communicate directly with upper management. May be illegal under the NLRA if the committee has an impact on working conditions, unless all workers in a bargaining unit or a plant participate or the employees of the committee are carrying out a traditional management function. An appropriate bargaining unit may be an entire plant, a single department, or all employees of a single employer, as long as there is a mutuality of interest among the proposed members of the unit. Good faith bargaining, following procedural standards laid out in Section 8 of the NLRA. Failure to bargain in good faith by either the employer or the union is an unfair labor practice. Mandatory subjects of collective bargaining are subjects over which the parties must bargain, including rate of pay, wages, hours of employment, and other terms and conditions of employment. Permissive subjects of collective bargaining, subjects that are not primarily about conditions of employment and therefore need not be bargained over. Strike is a temporary, concerted withdrawal of labor. An economic strike is a nonviolent work stoppage for the purpose of obtaining better terms and conditions of employment under a collective bargaining agreement. Unfair labor practice strike is a nonviolent work stoppage for the purpose of protesting an employer's commission of an unfair labor practice. Boycott is refusal to deal with, purchase goods from, or work for a business. Secondary boycott is a boycott against one employer to force it to cease doing business with another employer with which the union has a dispute. Picketing is the stationing of individuals outside an employer's place of business to inform passerby traffic of the fact of a labor dispute. Jurisdictional picketing is picketing by one union to protest an assignment of jobs to another union's members. And organizational and recognitional picketing is picketing designed to force the employer to recognize and bargain with an uncertified union. So that was it for this week, just the one chapter. We'll be back next week.